Welcome back. Let's see what do we had on our agenda. We need to sniff out some comrades. Apparently you can smell them. That's the sniff part there. We need to go back and check on Suna and the Ravers. I think I also need to call in... Yeah, I gotta call in the dead body. And if we can find the library. Now that we've helped the Ravers, we can also talk to Estelle. So there are a few different things that we could do at this point. But since we're right in front of the car...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Maybe call up the library first, see what we can get on that before we report it.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I suppose that makes sense. Okay, well then...
We should try again during business hours.
I guess we'll come back at 10.
Anything else, Detective?
I need to report a dead body.
One moment.
You can hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Oh, we should also go tell the lady. I went straight here. I mean, it makes sense you would report the body before you actually go and tell next of kin, right? An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build, looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
She repeats.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library, belongs to someone named Billy Mejan.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We are taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. Thank
you, Alice.
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think we're good.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a...
Alright, let's go talk to the lady. I assume she's still out there looking at books. Although it is the next day, she might not be. Yeah, she's not. Okay. Maybe she's inside? Lysance, do you know where that lady went? Did I have enough to recheck or retry this check over here? Actually, let me look at the checks I've got. So we have the Hanged Man. I could retry that. I have Perception. And I could retry the Impossible Conceptualization check with Joyce. Oh yeah, the Pile of Eternite. And another with Joyce. Oh yeah, the Barbell. Oh, we can do that. We're right here in the building. And the cargo container. Alright, there are plenty of them that we could run around and do before we go do the actual things. Let's try the Barbell. I can put on my my athletic shirt. No sane person would ever put their head into such machine. Which machine? Oh, the like dryer, right? Hair dryer? The old-timey hair dryer. Ah, here we are. Okay. Let me just get dressed first. Gotta be prepped for this. Do I have anything minus to my was it physical instrument that I needed? Yeah, physical instrument. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. None of those are minus to physical instrument. Okay, that is a +1 to phys. But no, that's half light. Okay. I guess that's what we're doing it with then. Physical instrument of 3. Man, that's not good. Right? Well, let's see what we've got.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Oh, 28%. All right, well, I guess let's give it a go, I suppose. That's a fail. Don't hurt yourself, Harry. Harry, careful. Damn it!
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
And that was even rolling an 8.
Even your body has failed you. It's a miracle you didn't injure yourself.
Say nothing.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either.
Oh, Kim, don't give me a minus to morale. Jeez.
At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
God, I hate running so much. I actually enjoy weightlifting. I used to think that, because I always had to run when I was in the military, you know, you have to run the mile and a half in a certain amount of time. So I would do that all the time, and I'd have to be running to be ready to run for the test. And I hated it so much. And I thought that's all exercise was. And then I started actually lifting weights. And I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. I like this. All right, what are we looking at next? The Eternite is nearby. I'll go try that. Suppose I can swap into the right clothes since I'm already taking a break right here. It was perception, right? That I need to take off because that's a minus to perception. So anything that's going to give me more perception, the boots. We'll just throw on some glasses, I guess. Sure. Although I suppose I could have gone down and looked at the body, because I also need to do a perception check on it, but I can't access that easily and quickly from outside. So that's no big whoop. But the Eternite is going to be an easier check, so... God, Kuno, can you go home? Jeez. The sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. It's strange. Why is that strange? It's just water. Come on, Eternite.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
If I don't get a 97% check, again, I will scream.
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Took me so many tries to just determine that. When I could just pull them aside and look and be like, oh, there was nothing or there was something. Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
That's all it took, Harry.
What is this, then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Yes, let's. Man, what is all this? Let's get a little bit closer. Get a closer look. Is that a bed? An empty tube of magnesium supplement. Magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. I mean, with how much I have trouble keeping my morale up, I could probably use that. Poster says, get out of the way or get fucked. Is that the Fallon poster? Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Oh, have we discovered a meth shack?
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone's taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere. I wasn't thinking about it, about taking it. I swear, I was just thinking about justice. Heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? Are you a bad enough dude to... Maybe the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
So this is how you could have gotten around it if you didn't want to deal with the big racist guy. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. What is that? Oh, money. What do you have out here? Oh, I see where we are. How do we get around? This doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. All money. What is that? Grand Couronne 37. The postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, and ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B-infested slum. Jeez, that's worth 13 cents, though. Can I do anything down here? No, that's just the backside of the whirling. Can we peek out this doorway?
There. Do you smell that?
Smell what? Rhetoric, why are you smelling things? Is that communism you're smelling?
Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness, that sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering?
Take a deep breath.
Can you smell it now? You inhale. The cilia along your olfactory epithelium tingle with excitement as they sift through the swirling morass of industrial odors. First come the smells of the agitated strikebreakers, layers of body oil and sweat, over-buttered meals pulled from bake-like lunch pails, the biting stench of lye soap. And then there's the slowly oxidizing metal gates, the scent of stale grease emanating from every crack.
Everything in order, detective?
I'm just smelling the masses. Personal errand smelling for communists. My political consciousness. Taking in the morning air like a normal detective. Nothing to see here. I'll just be upfront with him. I'm smelling for communists.
You're smelling for... You know what? I'll just leave you to it. Carry on.
The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The reek of communism is undeniable, and it's coming from that railing right there.
From mañana?
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact.
All right, I guess. So how do I get around? Can't go out on the ledge. Can I climb up that? Or behind here, maybe? How do I get to that? All right, I'll just let Harry do a slow walk over there, see if I can determine what way. Oh, that way, okay. Nosifed. That's how, huh? Could I have gone down here the whole time? Though from here, I'm not sure where I'm going. Is there a way to get to this door? No? Can I climb out onto something? Or maybe I can go up. God, what is with the visuals here? Why is it freaking out? I can't access that. What's that? Hypnogamma. What is a hypnogamma? It's not a new item, right? No? The hell is a hypnogamma? Is that just like a healing item? Yeah, I can't access Manana from here. So I guess this is not the way into the back. So what is that little area down there? I can't click it either. Oh well, whatever. Oh yeah, before we leave though, I can go and do the other perception check. Maybe these boots will help me look at the dead body.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
58% though. I mean, it's better than chance, slightly. Let's try it out. Come on!
Your
Yes!
arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
What am I doing? What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
Oh, these are odd choices. Crawl up his nostrils, put your fingers in his mouth, squeeze his nose. I guess in his mouth. I don't know. That's so nasty.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
Does this feel right? What am I doing? What is Kim thinking, by the way? I guess try it out. This feels like the right thing to do, sure.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Really? Okay, look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate.
What could I possibly find in this man's mouth?
You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
Like a bullet hole? Or what? Some kind of wound, maybe?
An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
What is an abrasion collar? Is that like the collar of like, as in the circle around an abrasion? I mean, that does make sense now that I say it out loud.
Abrasion collar.
There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your fingers.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
I mean, that's not where I shouldn't be able to reach that from his mouth. Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Okay, yeah, I know, but
You've seen the drawings. You've studied them.
should I maybe feel around first before I push into his brain?
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
I was not worried about that.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Much deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
Punch a hole through his mouth, like fist the back of his head? Maybe wriggle. I'm gonna wriggle.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin.
You were wearing gloves, right, Harry? God, you're gonna get an infection.
The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Searches his pockets for something. Maybe a little inspection first. Maybe we'll find something out, but...
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
92%. This is one that it's very hard to fail. Come on, Harry, come on. You got it, Harry.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. Your jaw is clenched. All you need to do is just...
Whisper, I got it.
Good.
The fridge in the background buzzes with excitement. Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in. Oh, you need to wash your hand, Harry.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
I have it. Keep it as a gift. I mean, I don't like either of those answers. I mean, it's evidence. Leave it, Harry. All right, you know what? You can have it. Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
The lieutenant drops the bag in your bloody hand. It feels light.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
When did the... Okay, was he dead before? Because they did have to carry him. So, if it's in the back of his mouth, did he kill himself? Because that's kind of like the classic shooting yourself in the mouth, like, suicide sort of thing. Or did somebody just put the gun in his mouth and shoot him? Because I don't feel like he would... he would probably fight, and they wouldn't be able to, shoot him that precisely. Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Agreed, yeah.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal, post-mortem, treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
I see, yes. The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
I agree, actually.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Sure, yeah. That's possible. Why? Maybe they shot him while they hanged him.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it doesn't explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me.
Who would do this? Well, I mean, we know who did this.
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened here.
I do think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Or even now. Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
And what happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone? What should I do in the meantime?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Thanks, Kim.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Yeah, I'll wait until later in the day. We still have a full day ahead of us. Oh, I got 3 skill points. Let's see what we've got for... Can unlock a new slot, maybe. What do we have over here? Oh, there is rigorous self-critique and embarrassment to the party. You want sorry piece of shit? A cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk, this is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of 9 tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. I might actually do that one. Some kind of superstar... Bow collector, actual art degree, opioid receptor antagonist, wasteland of reality. That one. Oh, that was the one that you can quit alcoholism or quit alcohol. It's been brought to your attention that you are an alcoholic and that it's a sickness and it's killing you. You're crawling on your knees through life, your booze-filled belly dragging on the ground, your brain now fuzzy, now in overdrive, your hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this. Even bone-dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit. Minus 2 physical instrument. I mean, there's not a lot I think that I need to do with physical instrument at the moment. Let's see, do I have any other physical instrument checks? Also, why is it not? Where's my cursor? There it is. So that one, no. Okay, we don't have any other physical instrument checks for the moment. I'll go ahead and put it on. Alright, studying it. Oh, yeah, we need to also call Jamrock, but we gotta do that at 10. Can I just go up to the Whirling right now? I mean, I know I'm not paying for the room currently, but... maybe I can go in there and just wash up a bit. So I would not want to walk around the entire day covered in, like, corpse gunk.
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
What do you mean? Aren't they Everard's guys?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they?
Well, yeah, I've known that.
No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
Fat Angus. I guess I gotta read it. Okay, meanwhile, Fat Angus keeps shooting you furtive glances and mumbling uneasily to himself.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
I think probably more strongly than social democrats. Alright, guess I'll look elsewhere then. Oh, for the communism thing. Okay, so they're not actually communists, they're social democrats. Oh, we still need to go talk to Manana, too. Alright, let's have a little wash up. Can we have a little wash up?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam.
I can't. Okay. It's gotta be end of the day. Just gonna be nasty till then. Smell like corpse bile. Well, while we're over here, let's go talk to Manana. Pardon me, pardon me. Communism coming through?
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Attempt to establish contact. Listen, brother, there's something important I need to talk to you about.
What's that, Boya?
He tilts his head slightly.
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in.
I'm looking for some people who know how to really grind a sausage, if you know what I mean. Or I'm investigating a particular smell, one with revolutionary implications. Now let's go for the sausage.
Have you tried a butcher shop?
He looks at you with perfect equanimity. I'm investigating a particular smell with revolutionary implications.
Could be coming from one of the jam lorries.
Oh my god.
Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
He sniffs the air and looks towards the roundabout.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
What I'm trying to say is I'm looking for communists. Do you know any?
Comunistas, huh? Can't say that's where I thought you were heading with this. Not that I'm criticizing. It's good for a man to take his time and think about the whole socio-political world picture.
It's certainly been an interesting development to witness firsthand.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting, I'm trying to get them organized. Or I'm trying to get organized by them. I'm on a sort of quest to develop my political potential and I need their help. I had a weird dream, now I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. No, I'm trying to get organized.
Oh, I see.
He gives you an exaggerated wink.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
Thought you union guys were all communists.
Some are, some aren't. It's a big institution, room for all kinds. Comunistas, semi supremacists, even an anti-institutional boyadero.
All right, so if he isn't personally a communist, he's definitely hanging out with them.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
An ideologo.
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
How did you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the harbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramirizian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
Extra physical? What does that mean? Yeah, hang on, what does that mean? What did you tell him? Extremely cool way to establish contact. Wish I'd thought of that. Now, what does it mean?
No idea. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
And what did you tell him?
The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone.
Okay, how do I find him?
I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais."
It does not mean a thing to me.
And then he was gone.
Who are Dobrava and Adenais?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
A tight half smile crosses his face. Okay, what do you think it means?
Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk with me. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows the ideologo personally. I have to say though, it sounds like you found yourselves a proper hunt.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Didn't we ask him this? I mean, I think I would have asked him who killed the hangman.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors. Harbors are primary of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved? Yeah, it was a specific cargo belt.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
And did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Takes a sip from his flask. All right, thanks, Manana. Did I have, could I go and check the, the rhetoric on the container door? I can. All right, let's see. Do I have other rhetoric clothes that I could pop on? Let's take that off for sure. Anything else plus rhetoric? No. I wonder what that area is down there. The little green orb things. Alright, Kim, I'm gonna go talk to a container again.
Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
So I just continually get a plus to this, huh? How much is my rhetoric? 5? I do have 2 skill points. Didn't it take a skill point to internalize a thought? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it only takes one to open it, but it doesn't take one to internalize. I could throw in another rhetoric. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Gonna get me up to like 10% maybe.
You're back before the cargo container.
Oh, hey.
Its draw has not lessened since you were
Alright.
last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
I mean, there's always a chance I could roll double 6s and just win it outright. But it's still a very low chance. Okay, 70%. Come on, big money.
Despite the
Oh, I did
dirt
it!
that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
Hello? Is anybody in there?
The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face.
Try again.
If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
That was as much rhetoric as it took.
Ahoy! Come on in!
My god, what? Mega rich light bending guy?
You can't be serious.
What do you think of that, Kim? What in the world?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Squint. Whenever I can't see and I squint, I can see better.
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo.
Kim, do you have any thoughts on this? What is... Look down at my money. I just noticed I've got... How much is that? Okay, let me count the places. 15,755,028 real.
Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard.
I do kind of see a shadow, though.
In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Wow.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
What you can see of his body appears composed in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days.
I mean, I get it. I see that. I understand. But,
Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Harrier Dubois.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, The name suits you very well.
How did you become so rich? Why are you What are you doing in this container? You're a rich investor? Can I have some money? Well, okay. First, what are you doing here?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
He doesn't even know where he is.
In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the kingdom of Sirens, a precursor of a modern Sur-la-Clay, used to own the city of Revachol, an obscure detail in the bigger picture, but still worth dropping.
Because he might be very, very old. In Revachol, formerly a colony of the Kingdom of Suren. Martinez, District of Revachol, former capital of the world. Martinez, there's a pretty good hostel. There's a cool church. There's a creepy abandoned commercial area here, or I don't know. All right, we'll do with that, yeah. Formerly a colony of the Kingdom of Suren.
Ah, a fellow history buff. I myself am currently reading up on Franco-Nigerian era trains. Very interesting stuff. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
Wait, why don't you help them? You've got so much money, it can't make a difference to you. So you travel from place to place via shipping container. Yeah, if you've got so much, why not?
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls.
So you just hoard the money.
Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
Smart, you know? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to.
I mean, that part I get. You gotta get some ad block.
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems,
obviously.
Fail-proof outerwear,
Sure.
and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle? Those things sound nice. That sounds pretty tiresome. So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle?
What? No, I did not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
The bending light appears to wink. Okay, how did you become so rich?
Oh lord, not this again.
What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case? You say, sure, Kim, I think it is.
I just asked him how he got rich. I didn't ask him for money.
And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
Kim, I've gotten us so close.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that. But, alright.
What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what.
You probably have so much you could just donate large portions. You don't have to individually give it out to people. Donate to a charity. give like $1 billion or $1 billion real or whatever to a charity.
Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
So let's see. Capital accumulation its own reward. That's the capitalist answer. For the glory of the fatherland. You're a thief. People out there are working their asses off while you chill here. It's great you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of the wealth to the rest of society? Oh, these two. I mean, I don't want to like make him mad and kick me right out, but I do kind of think that. Like, you're just sitting on the money and you refuse to give it to anybody and help people who actually do need it. You're at a point where you just make money because you've got so much. You're a thief.
And that's what? Unjust? I think it's perfectly just.
You're using your money as its own justification.
Listen, Mr. Dubois, I used to be an idealist just like you. But the truth is that we have no objective system by which to measure someone's value other than the market. We should just embrace them rather than resist it.
Oh, I don't like this guy.
The hand that allocates resources among men is invisible and cruel, but it is steady, measured. Indeed, it is just.
The invisible hand of the market, huh? I'm not gonna say anything.
Capital makes one speechless, does it not? Blinds like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
Alright, there's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
His essence seems to signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different.
Are you talking about my chin?
No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
What?
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth. Among that group of individuals, it's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
Are you telling me you're so rich that light literally bends around your face?
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
Really?
No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
Hey, Kim, are you seeing this?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Kim, how much money do you have? Are you secretly wealthy?
Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
Alright, you're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money?
Could you please stop asking everyone for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man.
Really?
As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines.
It's gonna give me like 12 real.
Here is 3 real.
3.
How much can you get for this?
It's only one banana. How much can it cost? It gets me almost nothing.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest.
Oh, good God.
Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
Oh, do I have any conceptualization outfits? Alright, let me come back.
Thanks for stopping by. If you ever have an idea you want to pitch me, I'm all ears.
I might just. Alright, let's see what we've got. Conceptualization. I can put that on because I don't have any other hats anyway. One conceptualization. That's encyclopedia. Did that give me... That's visual calculus. I don't think any of the rest of this affects my conceptualization. I got like nothing for that. But I do have a point. I could toss a point into conceptualization, which would also mean I could go back and try the... Did I pass the check on the wall that I could paint? Maybe I did. You know what? I'm going to give it. Let's do it. Let's see what that brings us up to.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
It's the red check, though. And a slightly better than a 1 in 4. I think I'll wait on this. I'll be back. I gotta think about it. Mega rich light bending guy. Still, that is pretty good for... What was the level of that check? Will it even show up in here because it's a white check? Or, I mean, it was a red check, not a white check. Well, it was a difficult one. I could try Joyce's check, too, while I'm over here. And I also have an esprit de corps check with her. And a godly rhetoric check with Titus. Alright, well, we got in there somehow, so at least that. I suppose I can go try with Joy. Was there anybody else on this side I needed to talk to? Harry. Harry, go in. Harry, go. Harry. Oh, and I can also just drop off the bottles while I'm over here. I do have quite a few. I think it was like 40-something last I looked.
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk
At
into
44.
the machine, and the money...
I mean, still, it's only 4.4 real. Harry. I click on the door and it just doesn't do anything sometimes. We are doing good on these checks, though. Because I got the body check, I got the Eternite check, and I just got the rhetoric check. Something down there. Can I go down there? I think I can investigate it. Splatter of bullet holes. I think I've seen that already. So it's conceptualization, right? That's what we're gonna go up here for. And I'm pretty sure I passed this one, yeah? Yeah, I did. It's not appearing.
There it is again. There's a spectral scent haunting this pair, no doubt. And it smells like sea brine mostly, because it's a pair. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
I can kind of smell dreams being ground down by capital.
Without a doubt, your politico-olfactory cortex doesn't deceive you. The smell is coming from that balcony over there.
You mean from Cindy?
Certainement. A precocious communist youth. A symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters.
She says I'm a pig. I don't think that she'll go for this, but let's try. Oh, Cindy! Oops, gotta save first, I guess.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
8%. Oh, that's a difficult one. Fuck, the world sent their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
I was gonna say, paint it red. That sounds pretty communist, but then I remembered, isn't white the color of communists here? Hey, sister, let's talk politics for a minute.
And what do you know about politics?
She squints at you suspiciously. Looking for comrades to help me fire up the great Mazovian sausage grinder. Will you help me? Union guy said there's someone trying to organize an underground revolutionary cell. My nose said you're communist. The sausage grinder.
The girl erupts in a cackle that seems like it should belong to a much older woman.
Oh, that's very nice. The little piggy wants to make sausages. Out of what? His little piggy friends?
Of the bourgeoisie. No, of the bourgeoisie. That's what we need to talk about. I don't know what I'm making sausages of. Don't worry, Kim. I would never make you into a sausage. Yeah, don't worry, Kim.
It was not a concern of mine.
Even Lieutenant blinks once.
Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk that ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban.
Who's Steban?
A right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
Oh, the underground thing. Does this Steban happen to go around in a white jacket?
He might.
Will you help me find him?
No.
Ah, Cindy.
The lieutenant let slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable.
Offer him 5 real. No, that's not it. They're communists. If I offer her money, that's capital. Come on. I guess I should give up. Nothing ever works out for me. Just tell me what you want me to do. Yeah, tell me what you want me to do.
A wicked grin extends across her face.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
Come on, this is no way to treat your revolutionary brother.
Wrong! This is exactly how I treat my little brother.
Well, I mean, as someone who has siblings. Alright, oink oink.
There, that wasn't so bad, was it?
The lieutenant, needless to say, is not impressed.
Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Steban. It's touching. Sort of.
She gonna still say no?
Steban's group meets only at night. In an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight.
Convenient. Kim goes to bed, I can go to that.
Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them.
How am I supposed to get into the apartments if I don't live there? What else can you tell me? What else can you tell me about him?
Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself.
Okay, how am I supposed to get in?
Use your little piggy brain. I'm sure someone will let you in. Just not me.
Why do I feel like there's a catch?
Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Stepan's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
The lieutenant clears his throat.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but I wonder whether it might have something to do with that phrase Mañana mentioned overhearing.
Oh, what did he overhear? Wait, what phrase?
Remember Dobreva and
Oh,
Abadanai.
right. Oh, you're so smart. Good thinking, Kim.
The lieutenant nods.
Guess this is what happens when two pigs put their heads together.
She seemed slightly disappointed.
That's enough. Off with you then.
She makes a lazy shooing motion with her dangling hand. God, that is a difficult check. Okay, we'll come back another time. So what is that window back there? I never really investigated back here, did I? Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Actually, does that? Yeah, there we go. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Aha. And then that door, and then whoever that is up there talking about noise downstairs. But I need to go talk to Joyce. Oh god, I forgot that Kuno S was there. Also, I've got 53 real. I could go to the shop and buy like some board games or something from the from Plaisance. But we're at a little bit over an hour, so next time we'll talk to Joyce and try the conceptualization check. And then maybe go back and buy some board games, maybe check out the alley. There's so much stuff to do. All right, so until next time, thank you for joining me. Good night.